Why women test men and what they're really looking for. Ever had a woman suddenly pull away, start an argument out of nowhere, or say something that made you think, what's wrong with her? Well, chances are she wasn't being crazy. She was just testing you. And what most men don't realize is that these tests aren't random. They're designed to reveal exactly what kind of man you are. Jessica OS here, welcome to the channel. Here's what we'll cover in today's video. First, I'll break down why women test men in the first place, the psychology behind it, and then I'll show you the most common tests women use and what each one is really checking for. Finally, I'll tell you how to pass these tests effortlessly so she sees you as the man she can trust, desire, and respect. You ready? Let's jump in. Why women test men. Let's be real for a second. When a woman suddenly gets moody, challenges something you said, or flips the vibe from sweet to distance in 10 seconds flat, most men think she's being dramatic again. But what's really happening is deeper. She's not trying to start drama, she's checking your center. Women test men because at their core, we're wired to seek security. Not just the kind that locks doors at night, but emotional security. That means she wants to feel that when life hits hard, you won't crumble. So when she tests you, she's subconsciously asking, can this man handle me? Can he stay calm when I'm emotional? Can he lead when I'm spinning? It's all about survival. See, attraction pulls her in, but trust keeps her there. And trust is built every time you don't lose your frame. Here's the wild truth most men never get to hear. Women feel more turned on by a man's emotional stability than how he looks. It's that steady, unbothered energy that tells her, no matter what happens, I've got this. That's what makes her soften. That's what makes her trust. And get this, tests don't stop once she likes you. In fact, the moment she senses that she could actually be falling for you, the tests only increase because now the stakes are higher. She's subconsciously thinking, if I'm going to give this man my heart, I need to know that it's safe here. So when she questions your decisions, gives you attitude or pulls away, it's not always meaning rejection. It's often her way of saying, prove that you're solid. Not through words, but through energy. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the next time she throws a mini storm your way, your best move is to not react. Don't try to fix it, right? Just stand tall in your energy and let her see this man doesn't fold. That's the moment her test will backfire and her attraction will skyrocket. The most common tests and what they mean. So let's break down the most common tests she uses and what she's really trying to find out with these tests. The first one I'd like to share is called the attitude test. Everything's fine 1 minute and then out of nowhere, boom, she's upset because you didn't reply fast enough or you said something that she claims sounded rude. Plot twist. She doesn't actually care about the text or the tone. She might be actually testing your emotional composure at this point. When she throws a little attitude your way, she's really saying, can I trust him not to crumble when I'm emotional? Can he still lead when I lose it for a second? And unfortunately, most men fail instantly when this happens. They start explaining, apologizing for things they didn't do, overcompensating, just to smoothen things over. And in that moment, all she sees instead is weakness. What she wanted to see was some kind of leadership from you. The man who passes this test doesn't match her chaos. He grounds it. He stays cool, lets her vent, and maybe even smiles and says, babe, you sound a little bit stressed, Talk to me when you've cooled down. You don't punish her, you don't submit either. You simply stay steady. And that's when her respect will kick in. Test number 2 is the jealousy test. She'll drop a conversation like, oh, Chris, my coworker says I look good today. You think she's just sharing a story, but she isn't. She's observing your reaction like a hawk. This test is designed to expose insecurity. If you start grilling her with questions, act jealous, or give her silent treatment, you failed. Because the message you send is, my sense of worth actually depends on your attention. She doesn't want that. She wants a man who is so grounded that even if 10 guys compliment her, it barely moves him because he knows who he is. He knows she's lucky to be with him. The man who passes this test will say something like, well, Chris has good taste, and go back to doing his thing. That calm confidence is what drives her crazy. The third test is what I call the attention test. She suddenly starts acting distant. Texts take longer, calls become shorter, you feel the anxiety creeping in. So what do most guys do at this point in time? They panic. Start chasing. Hey, are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong? Well, congratulations if this is you. You just failed the test. She's not always pulling away because she's losing interest. Sometimes, and just sometimes, she's testing to see if your world will collapse without her. She wants to know if you have self-control, if you'll respect her space or suffocate her with neediness. The man who passes doesn't chase. He mirrors her pace, stays focused on his life. And when she pulls back, he stays patient, unbothered, and even maybe a little mysterious if he can afford that. And that's when she starts wondering, wait, why isn't he chasing me? Suddenly, she's the one reaching out to him again. Test number 4, the boundaries test. Now, it might be her showing up late, flirting with another guy in front of you, or asking for something that clearly crosses the line. And this is the test that separates boys from men. If you let it slide, thinking, I don't want to lose her, she'll lose respect for you immediately. Because to her, a man without boundaries is a man without a backbone. She can't trust him to lead or protect her. And when you calmly say, that doesn't work for me, and stand by it without shouting or threatening her, she instantly will feel something shift. That spark of respect that says, okay, he's not a pushover. That's the kind of man that women stay loyal to. The 5th test is the emotional strength test. She hits you with words meant to sting. She says something out of frustration, something disrespectful or deeply cutting. And she watches your face, waiting for some kind of a reaction. She wants to know if you'll explode, sulk, or stand tall. Women have intense emotions, and sometimes they just need to know if you can hold space for that without falling apart. If you can stay calm, breathe, and say, I get that you're upset, but we don't talk to each other like that. If you do that, if you answer like that, she'll calm down faster than you think. You've just proven that you're emotionally mature. You've shown her that her chaos doesn't control you, and that's when she'll start to feel safe with you. Because a woman doesn't want to be the strong one all the time. She wants to feel that she can let go, and you won't. Every time she throws attitude, distance, or drama your way, remember that it's not the situation that matters. It's always, always, always your response. And that response tells her everything she needs to know about the kind of person that you are. How to pass her tests effortlessly. Now that you know why women test men and the types of tests they use, let's talk about how to pass them every single time without breaking a sweat. I'll break it down. First thing you want to do is to stop reacting and start responding. What do I mean? So you see, most men react because basically they feel threatened by the situation. She gets emotional, you take it personally. She gets cold, you panic. She gets distant, and your first instinct is to chase. But when you react like that, you hand over your power on a silver platter. Because emotional control is the ultimate masculine trait that you need to exhibit at this point. A man who can stay calm while everyone else loses it is rare, and it's powerful and it's sexy. So when she tests you, what you want to do is pause. Take a breath, look her in the eyes, and say less. Let your calm energy do the talking. Second thing you want to do is to stay grounded in your self-worth. You see, you can't pass her tests if your validation depends on her approval. When she sees that your mood rises and falls based on her affection, she'll lose attraction because she realizes you need her to feel okay about yourself. I can tell you this, no woman wants to mother a man emotionally. The men who pass her tests know who they are, with or without her. They don't need to prove anything or chase attention. They simply exist in confidence. And if she pulls away, they let her. If she gives attitude, they don't mirror it. That's quiet dominance, not arrogance, but certainty. When you're certain of your worth, you can walk away from any situation that disrespects it. That's when the woman you're with will realize that she can't play games with you. Third thing you want to do is to keep your frame. What is it? Well, your frame is your internal world, your standards, your emotional balance. Lose it and you let her energy control you. And if you keep it, you control the tone of every interaction. You see, women tend to challenge men's frames a lot. And it's not because they hate you, but sometimes they want to just feel that you're unshakable. And when she teases you or disagrees, don't get defensive. Just hold eye contact, stay relaxed, and maybe even throw a powerful grin. She'll say something like, oh, you're so full of yourself. A guy will panic and say, oh, no, I'm not. You pass the test by saying, well, if you think this is bad, you should see me on a good day. You keep your frame. And now she's laughing, drawn back into your energy. You didn't explain or justify, you didn't argue. You led the moment with humor and confidence. Women feel safest and most attracted to men who can lead emotionally, even in tension. That's how you turn her tests into turn-ons. Remember, every test is an opportunity. If you see tests as disrespectful, you might be missing the point, because I believe that tests are invitations. Every time she throws a little storm your way, she's giving you a chance to show her your strength. So instead of getting frustrated, start seeing her tests as moments to demonstrate your calm authority. When you stay composed, she feels something she rarely feels, safe enough to relax. That's when the walls drop. That's when her trust builds and her desire begins to deepen. Because nothing turns a woman on more than a man who can handle emotions without losing his own. When she tests you, she's not trying to destroy you. She's trying to define you. She's asking, are you a man I can depend on, or just another boy pretending to be one? How you handle the moment decides everything. Hey, if this is hitting home for you, hit that like button. It actually tells me that you want more real, unfiltered content like the type that I churn out on this channel. And if you've ever had a woman test you out of nowhere, drop a, yeah, that happened in the comments, and let me see how common this really is. So guys, I guess what I'm saying is when a woman tests you, it's not an attack. It is an invitation, and I really want you to remember that. An invitation to step into your power, to show her the kind of man that you are, whether you can be trusted with her emotions, her heart, her chaos, And if you want to learn exactly how to project calm confidence in every situation, I'll recommend this video for you. How to get a woman to respect you without even trying. Check it out. Also remember, you can always sign up to join my 30 Days to Confidence Challenge. Join hundreds of men who are leveling up their confidence game. I'll leave a link in this video's description. My name is Jessica OS. Hope you got value from the video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Cheers.